Here we are live on Facebook, and thank you, Internet, for making this possible today. I want to bring out a very special guest who's live with me all the way from Australia. So and there's a what 11 hours gap, and this is the 20th episode of 2020. Guess what? I think it's a magical number because 2020 has done a lot of good and damage both. So it's a year nobody's gonna ever forget. So I have Rutvi Nandani. She got into access consciousness. She's a buzz facilitator, and she's in Australia. She's just completed her master's in teachers training. And I really hope after this episode she finds a job in Australia because I teach people about access consciousness. Hi, Rutvi. How are you? And thank you so much for accepting, this thing. I know it's 2:30 there. Some commitment to wake up at night and be on this show, which is amazing, and hats off to you.
Hi. Yeah, I've never done this before, and I'm so lucky I get to be here. I'm very, very
I am
grateful.
lucky
Thank
too.
you.
How did we get so lucky?
So
So
lucky.
tell me a little bit about yourself. What was life before you got into access consciousness?
Um, so life before Access was like a lot of judgment. In Access, we say like humanoids judge a lot. So I was this person. I was born in a family that was pretty encouraging, but then if you're constantly judging yourself, you cannot really, you're not receiving, or you're not like moving along or really looking at like the gifts you have.
Yeah.
And then I kept going, and it almost felt like a cage, like as if like I didn't know what I was here for. And then it's almost like if you don't have a sense of purpose, and if that's what you're looking for, and if you're not ready to receive, or if you're not ready to listen, and if you control, I loved control. um
We all do.
so yes, and I was a fan of control. And then so it's so funny, people say that when you change places or you change your life. So I was in India till I was 18, and then I moved abroad, and people say, okay, if you change, your territory, or if you change your location, maybe something about you changes. But then no, judgment is so toxic that if you take it, even if you transport yourself from like one place to the other, you still like feel the same. And I felt like crap. I went to the States to do a 4-year degree. 2 years into it, I felt like crap. I did not eat well. I was homesick. Did not really know what to do with life, given all the resources, given all the faculty, given all the chances to socialize and explore life. I still felt like clueless.
Miserable.
Yeah. And then 2017, I was like, it's getting too hard to live. I know I can do better. Like, there has to be something better. And this is when I did not still know about access, but I knew that I need to start receiving from life, and I need to start receiving from people and from what's going on to actually keep going. And then just when receiving started, like access came in 2018. And yeah, and this is thing that Shannon O'Hara says. She says like choice feels like nothing. So I was in India in 2018, and I actually had no plans. Basically, lack of control. I had no clue what I was doing. And my mom was like, "This is class happening, like right 5 minutes down the street. Do you want to go?" I had no clue what access consciousness was. I had no clue what access bars was. I did no research. I just said, yeah, okay. It almost felt
Wow.
like getting some orange juice from like a store or something. Like I didn't care. So, and then I made that choice, and I had no projections. I had no control of what was going to happen. And that's how access started. And it's,
So
yeah,
should I say you made an unconscious choice, a conscious person today?
yeah, basically.
I mean, because you said, okay, fine, how does it matter? I'll go down and, just pick up that juice and see how it is. And that juice energized you and brought you back to life. How cool is that? So what did change after you got into access? Like this was, you were more of a disillusioned youth who was not happy given the resources. So what changed after you got into access?
The judgment started changing, but that was like the after effect. I think after my first bar session, people started saying you're different. I was a bit loud, and like I started laughing a lot more, and just like So the after people generally judge a bar session because right after a bar session you might feel weird and wonky. That's how I felt because for the first time it's like getting the hard drive in your head erased and in your body erased. So I felt angry and cranky. I remember like going home after my first bars class, and that's like you run like two bar sessions, you give to
Yeah.
receive, and I felt very, very different. But I didn't judge it. And then the after effects were more like I was different, my body language was different, and I felt like I did not have to try in life anymore. Like
Oh, wow.
it, yeah, it was more like energetic, and it keeps going up and down, of course. But then with Access, that's what it is. Like you feel empowered. You know that okay, I am in crap, but then what tools do I have?
So
That
in a nutshell, you were more in control of the power that you be.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
See, and
I
you love to be
acknowledge
in
it.
control. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
at least you know what's going on. I need to know that, that kind of thing.
Mm.
That's awesome. So any experience that you would like it's coming top of your head, anything that you would that could be a contribution to people to know what you because you're a young girl, and young girls are meant to like go out, party, have a good time, and ये कोई उम्र नहीं होती, this is not the age for you to get into consciousness, oneness, and the works. Normally, people would say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so, so having said that, any experience that you think that's special for you to kind of talk about?
So first, I would say to all the girls out there, I would say with access consciousness, you can actually have a lot of fun. So you can add it to your life. We tend to like kind of remove things from our life, thinking that okay, I used to be like that. I call myself like that superior. I used to be that superior person. I'm doing access. I need to be uptight. But what happens through access is you're the literal opposite because
Yeah.
you have access to the freedom that you never had before. Um, so I think with me, money was a big one. It started with money. I remember I took a money workshop with you. That was like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, I was really so it's like sometimes if you're born with money or you're born around money, then also you have a block to receiving money because
Yeah.
somewhere within you you're taught to judge money and you're taught to judge yourself of not being worthy to receive.
And no, and the whole thing is that you say, oh, I don't need it because I have it, and then
Yes.
you start blocking it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and so money started coming in, and also people tend to not really understand contribution or receiving
Oh,
because
yes.
sometimes we think, you know, I need to make money by myself, which is a great, it's a great vision that you can have for yourself. But if you don't acknowledge, like, where you're receiving from, if you don't acknowledge the contribution of other people, then you're not allowing, like, things to happen as if by magic. That's what they say in Access. So,
Yes.
I think with money, I realized that before this, I never had like a job that actually was fun and made money. With Access, I think the money channels just started flowing, and I was able to do it's. I always knew I was not meant for something linear. I always wanted to do a bunch of different things, and that's what I'm doing right now. Like sometimes
Wow.
I have money pop up by like doing like a random. I did like a random 7 day call on Access where I just talked to people, and they liked it
Wow.
a lot, so they chose to contribute
Awesome.
financially, which is like a big deal. Like it's I never thought that that would contribute or that would create anything financial or money related. But that's what I'm saying, like money coming into your life as if by magic. So it's all those ideas and opportunities that if you're really conscious and aware, then you can really access. And yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, where do you see yourself 5 years from now, if I may ask?
I think definitely, I want to move towards becoming a certified facilitator. I think with every class I do with Access, it's like another jump.
Level, another layer
Uh,
opens up. Yeah, I
yes,
get that. Yes.
yes. I've done a lot of exploring personally on relationships, like with reference to Access. So I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's definitely something that I'm very interested in. So it's one of
Lovely. That's amazing. So,
yeah.
contributing more consciousness to the planet. So, few words that you would like to, contribute to your audiences, and even, in your Gujarati, it'll be nice if you kind of have a few words for people who kind of know you. They, what would you like to tell the world, if I may ask?
ઓકે સો ગુજરાતીમાં હું કહીશ સૌથી પહેલા જે લોકો મારી ચેનલ ફોલો કરે છે આઈ એમ એક્સ્ટ્રીમલી ખૂબ ખૂબ આભારી છું આઈ લાઈક ઇટ તમે લોકો બધા છો તમારા મેસેજીસ મને આવે છે જે લોકો ટાઈમ કાઢીને 5 કે 10 મિનિટ વિડીયોઝ જોવે છે તમે કરતા રહ્યો બિકોઝ જેટલા ટૂલ્સ યુઝ થશે જેટલા તમે ટૂલ્સથી એક્સપોઝ થશો એટલું આઈ થિંક તમે ચેન્જને ઇન્વાઇટ કરી શકશો તમારી લાઈફમાં બટ મોર દેન દેટ હું એમ કહીશ કે ગુજરાતીઓમાં ઘણીવાર મેં એવું જોયું છે કે લેંગ્વેજને તમે પોતાની જાત માટે એક લિમિટેશન બનાવો છો કે લેંગ્વેજ અલગ છે તો ત્યાં અટકી જવાનું હું એમ કહીશ એક્સેસ પર લેંગ્વેજ છે જ નહીં આપણે બોડી પ્રોસેસીસ કરીએ છીએ આપણે બાર્સ કરીએ છીએ ઇટ ઇઝ ઓલ એનર્જી તો એવું શું બની શકે કે તમે લેંગ્વેજથી આગળ જઈને તમે એનર્જીને ફોલો કરતા શીખો દેટ્સ ઓલ આઈલ સે
સારું કહેવાય, સારું કહેવાય. મને પણ તમારા ચેનલ બહુ ભાવે છે. And something in English also for people who don't follow Gujarati.
Yeah. So with people who don't really, yeah, speaking Gujarati, I'll say receive. What I've learned from my life up until now is, and I have struggled with people who are thinking about and looking at relationships and being uncomfortable around receiving from certain people. I'll
Yeah.
say, like, when I asked myself the question, like, what would I desire in a relationship? Receiving was the first one I got. Sometimes sometimes you can receive from a dead tree. That's what I'll say.
Oh,
We are
yes.
so scared that if we start receiving, we'll receive something that we cannot handle or that's too negative or too dark. But we have tools and access, like interesting point of view that you can use to really acknowledge, like if it's not yours, you just return it to sender. So if it's that easy, why would you not allow all energies in your life? Because some of them might really be light and might really contribute to you. So I would say receive,
Always
receive.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so amazing, and that's so you. And people, you can follow her YouTube channel. She talks in Gujarati and a lot of Gujarati across the globe. There are a lot of Guru people. So you can follow, and the beauty about her is that she translates everything so in a very simple way. So it's simple Gujarati. So if you think that you can't follow that, then we have English, of course. If you can't follow that simple Gujarati, then you know. So thank you so much, people, for watching this, and we'll be back next week with another special guest. Really, really, lots of gratitude to you for being awake at 3 a.m. in the morning in Australia. So I wonder what this is going to contribute to people across the globe. So, and may you create phenomenal stuff, and may you just get what you're asking for. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Rutvi.
for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.